Yo guys, welcome back to another video. First of all, happy Easter. Second of all, let's just address one thing. That performance yesterday, dreadful. Absolutely, it's making you want to throw up everywhere. It was so bad. The defense. Okay, I'll address it in a second, but I didn't make a match review just because I'm a bit of an emotive fan. I show my emotions, and after we lost that game, I was just not in a good state. I wasn't in the right frame of mind to record a video. I tried recording it a couple of times. I was just slumped like this, saying, oh, stupid Zuma, stupid Jorginho, stupid referee. And you guys don't really want to see that. But today we're going to address a couple of things along with a Christian Pulisic injury update after he seemed to do his hammy running onto the pitch. What Mateo Kovacic said about the ref. What Thomas Tuchel's thoughts were about the game. The four players I already thought disappointed Thomas Tuchel. And Chelsea apparently in contention of signing Gini Wijnaldum from Liverpool this summer. Alright, starting off, I'm just going to get on into the game. Yes, we lost 5-2 to West Brom. Not good. Goals from Christian Pulisic and consolation from Mason Mount. Went 1-0 up. Thiago Silva got a second yellow for a block. How does that even make sense? He got a yellow card for a block. A second yellow for a block. I wish they introduced VAR for second yellow cards. It's no different to a red card. They still go off the pitch. It still has the same consequences. But they don't, and obviously that's apparently a red card in their eyes. Or the referee's eyes. David Coote. And you saw what Mateo Kovacic said. I have to admit, maybe he's not the worst, but he said, as he got booked for a tackle on, who even was it? I think it was Callum Robinson, who turns out to be prime R9 Ronaldo whenever he plays us. Yeah, as he received his card from referee David Coote, he could clearly be seen calling the official the worst ref ever, as he tried to suspend his disbelief. And no, it wasn't great. I think he was getting paid by Big Sam. Definitely slipped him a couple of dollars in the back of his back pocket to be lenient, and that's the only reason we lost already. No, you can't excuse that. It's just disgustingly bad and so embarrassing as well. 5-2 to West Brom. Thomas Tuchel was a lot more measured in his analysis after the game, saying that is not typical for us. We were rusty at defending. We were not easy. We made easy mistakes and were punished. It was totally our fault. We did big mistakes before the 2 yellow cards. There were too many easy ball losses. And in a minute, I'll talk about the 4 worst players that played yesterday for Chelsea. They were mainly just because of ball losses. We just couldn't keep the ball. We just kept giving it away too easily. And then ended up giving the ball away for both Pereira goals, I think. Or the first one caught everyone off guard. Second one was just lazy. The third one was at Callum Robinson's. That was a pretty good finish, but then Diagne, how did he even score? We had 3 centre halves defending 1 striker, and he took off with the attacker. Why don't we play with a 4 at the back? That would make so much more sense. But I'll show you this little picture now. I can't show you the video of what happened because it's probably copyrighted or something. Something weird happened as Christian Pulisic ran onto the pitch. He did a sprint onto the pitch, looked all fine, jogged up the steps of Stamford Bridge, and then ran onto the pitch for 10 yards, and then kind of did a little jump, turned around, limped back to Thomas Tuchel and the assistant coach, and then their faces are just so confused. They were like, what's happened? And it turned out he felt something in his hamstring as he did that little 10-yard run. And he said he can't carry on, and if it's like that, he's not going to be able to play against Porto, which we kind of need him to be. He wasn't particularly dangerous. I think in the first 10-15 minutes, he was the most dangerous player, but he just gets fouled every game. They're like, go in hard on Christian Pulisic, because he'll probably injure himself, which is the hard truth about football, but it's just a little bit mean. Mason Mount replaced the 22-year-old and did end up getting a consolation goal, but Timo Werner, just shoot, mate. I know you're not full of confidence, but you can score from that far out, surely. Right, now on to the 4 disappointing players of the game. It's kind of a match review news video, but it's more of a news video because it's just like the news that came out after the game. Basically, first of all, let's just address the obvious. Thiago Silva, he just doesn't like playing West Brom. Last time, it was his debut. Gave away a stupid goal, he slipped over. He did a Steven Gerrard. Or did he? Oh, well, it was a bad pass to Azpilicueta or someone like that, and then Callum Robinson just ran down the other side of the pitch and scored. And this time we got 2 yellow cards. Okay, the first one was a little bit silly. You just shoved him over. It could have been a foul. Oh, it definitely was a foul. Could have been a yellow, could have not been a yellow. So I know some refs probably would have just let that go, because the ref definitely let that go for Cole Bartley on Christian Pulisic, who just yeeted him onto the floor. No yellow card there. And then the second one was the block that he ended up following through, and it kind of looked like he sided his legs down, but I don't think it was a foul or a yellow card. He missed it anyway. It didn't affect the flight of the ball or anything. And then he got a red for it. And then we went down to 10 men and lost 5-2. But the worst part was the consequences of this red card, because it put us down to 10 men first of all. The team obviously haven't trained in a back four, so Thomas Tuchel had to bring on Christensen for Hakim Ziyech, bringing off one of our attackers for a defender against West Brom. So that means we had 3 centre-halves defending Diagne, that one striker, and then we only had 2 attackers going forward, which was Christian Pulisic and Timo Werner. So we weren't going to score goals. So we just went all defensive against West Brom for another 60 minutes, and it just didn't work. So the defending was dreadful. He conceded 5. The second player was Reece James. I think he was very disappointing. He kept giving the ball away way too easily, and especially if he just displaced Trent Alexander-Arnold in the England squad. Trent played very well against Arsenal yesterday, putting a lovely cross to Jota. If James plays like that, he's definitely not going to be playing in the England squad. Trent's definitely going to come in and replace him again, which will be frustrating. But he needs to step up his game and stop giving the ball away so easily. Thirdly, Kurt Zouma, he had a very good start to the season under Frank Lampard, scoring goals upon goals upon goals. Very solid next to Thiago Silva in a back four, but it was not good yesterday. Just lapses of concentration. I was a bit surprised when I didn't see Rudiger's name on the team sheet, but he did play against Germany. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'd rather Rudiger than Zouma in the first team now. Never thought I'd see the day that I'd say that. And lastly, just Jorginho. I don't think that we've showed that we needed Kante in our midfield any more than yesterday. He's injured, he got injured against France during the international break. Not ideal, but there's nothing you can do about it. But Jorginho was... I did hear some news about him getting a knee injury against... I don't even know who it was against, but for Italy. But he played yesterday. Maybe he was like drugged up so he couldn't feel it, but it was not a good performance from him by any means. And he was just getting dominated by Ainsley Maitland-Niles and Yokushlu. Now the reason you're probably here, links have linked Chelsea to Gini Wijnaldum of Liverpool. Now Gini Wijnaldum is out of contract this summer, and it looks more increasingly likely that he won't be signing an extension. Although he does want to stay with the club, Liverpool have yet to table an offer that he's happy with. But I wouldn't be surprised if he does end up staying, because at this rate they're going to finish above us in the league. And he's been linked on numerous occasions to Barcelona, as Ronald Koeman is their manager. Now they are starting to play a little bit better football now than they were at the start of the season, but I still don't think that he has a definite future at the club. The Barcelona shouldn't be aiming to finish second in the La Liga. In La Liga, they need to finish first every year. Go far in the Champions League. They're already out of that. So personally, I don't know if Ronald Koeman is staying, meaning Wijnaldum probably won't want to move to Barca anyway. And Chelsea have now apparently... Chelsea are vying, no clue what that word means, but Chelsea are vying for Gini Wijnaldum in a surprise transfer. Now, he would be brilliant in our midfield. Imagine Kante and Wijnaldum in midfield. That is disgusting. The box to box, the energy. I'd love that. Maybe he wants to play alongside Kante. Definitely wouldn't mind that. But for free, absolute bargain. I think we're just linked to every free player on the planet at the moment, just because they're free and they're good players. I don't really see this transfer happening. I'd like to see what you guys think. I'd love Gini Wijnaldum to join Chelsea, but I don't know if he'd do the brave switch like Fernando Torres did from Liverpool to Chelsea, big rivals, especially if we're challenging for that 4th spot in Champions League football. Anyway, that was all for today. Thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're not here. Comment down below your thoughts on the game yesterday. Very disappointed personally. We need to step up our game if we want to beat Porto on Wednesday. That's a big game. and we need to do better if we're going to try and go through to the Champions League semi-finals. But thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.